Shaking the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. Going to throw right side here. Complete.
Jackson's pass.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. A throw over the middle, caught by Bryant. And he will have a Ravens 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Jackson going to find his running back here. It's Dobbins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 12-yard
Now
line.
flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. And Jackson throwing once more. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 16. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
So after the INT, it's Allen. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Complete to
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Marcus Peters up to make the tackle.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Allen. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
On the keeper.
Maybe not exactly what they had in mind.
Washington.
They'll try the left side. It's Gibson, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Washington.
Taking it in from 11 yards out. And Washington going to add on to their lead. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Montez Sweat able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 47. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. All that for a 2-yard gain, second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 12-yard line. A big play there on the option. 41 yards on the ground.
41-yard gain. First down, Washington.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. Well, no doubt here in the fourth quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, stakes and are playing accordingly.
Play action. Now it's Allen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Washington on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Buying time to his left. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Robert Foster there to make the grab. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Dez Bryant, 77 yards. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
Tucker lining up for the extra point.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did.
For Baltimore.
So with the missed PAT and off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And this one is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's 3rd and short. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Washington on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And it's taken in at the 9. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need... And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Jonathan Allen picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack on 1st down, Jackson. Oh, look. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 42. That's good. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
47-yard line.
To try again after the sack. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Troy Apke. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
He'll run it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
47-yard line.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Gibson.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its face. And I know it sounds crazy. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Washington on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. Get it, 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Fabian Moreau, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
1-yard line.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Now Allen. Forced out to his left. And they finally catch up to him and take him down. Jeez, where was he going? A huge loss there. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. And you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And look at this, the punt team is out there.
Washington.
Somebody better give them the memo that it's second down. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the line. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And can you believe this? A big mistake leads to a defensive touchdown. And they're a point away from tying this thing up. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Washington takes over 1st and 10. At their own 17-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down.
On the coverage.
So Allen's going to look to throw. Flushed out right. They'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. To throw is Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown the last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
Here's Tressway now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now they're...
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
And that one? Oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Allen to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
Still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
That catch good for only a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing now is Jackson. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people are trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Marlon Humphrey on the coverage.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw again. Hall. He'll buy some time right. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So it's Washington getting the victory here, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.